G'day guys, this is going to be my 6-month review of the Veto Pro Pack Tech Pack. This is a really great bag. I found it awesome in my first year of my apprenticeship as a low voltage technician slash electrical installer. So I'll give you a once over of the outside of the bag. It's got a really nice leather and ripstop style construction. I haven't had any holes in it. I've used it every day for the first 6 months, so that's a good start. Yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so this front pocket I've been using for business cards, and that's about it. Sometimes keep some earbuds in there. This front pocket's really nice when you've got small components that you need to carry, like PoE injectors, things like that. But right now I'm keeping some gloves, some smaller ones. It's winter now, and obviously got to stay stocked with the zip ties. Give me 1 second here. I'll close this up. Okay, there we go. And this is also a nice segmented pocket. You can put crimps in either one of those, but right now I'm just keeping a spare roll of tape and obviously a key to a lot of the panels I need to access on a daily basis. Before we head inside the main pockets, we'll just jump over to the side. This is a really good tape carrier. I hear people complaining about the pack out one having the tape fall off. I've only ever had the tape fall off if you really go at it and bump it off, but how often is that going to happen really? It's got the Lufkin 8-meter night eye here. This is awesome tape. I have had it dropped from a 15-meter scissor. Still goes fine on both sides with the readings. So yeah, I really like this one. Just got a spot for a carpenter's pencil, some pens for writing on this side, just your Insoles. This one's really nice when you've got a chem set all over your fingers, the stylus at the bottom, moving around on an iPad, checking plans. Highlighter. We've got this guy, just so anyone that comes over looking in the bag knows what to do. So the main pocket, this is probably the one I access the most every day. Just got it stocked up with a bunch of screwdrivers, pliers, crimpers. I guess we'll start from the top and finish at the bottom. So I've got a safety box cutter here. It's really good. Kept that from my old job. Just one-handed, closes up when it wants to. There we go. Slide that one back where I got it. This pocket, just a extension Phillips and a brush. Good for wiping out dusty panels, getting into nooks and crannies. Got to clean up after yourself. This is, I guess, the little pocket I have for stripping banana cable. This one goes up to a really wide cable if you want. It's a K-back. You can extend it all the way, wind that up, and this is also a punch down tool, really nice for RJ45s. In this pocket I have a reamer for, well, reaming holes. A center punch, automatic one. They're really nice. You don't have to use the hammer to get your pilot little dent started. It has a spring in it. Really like that. And the mirror, I haven't used that too much, but it came with a magnet, so it stays there. Obviously got my combination square there. Keep a knife in the bag, just in case you need to be opening a lot of boxes, things like that. I don't have an Allen key set, but this is my old bike one, works in a pinch. It's going to get access to a lot of mag locks, things like that. A Butane Torch, heat shrink, self-explanatory. Got that from 7-Eleven. Here's where I keep my crazy glue and Loctite when we're doing external bolts that need to be really secure. Got some really small zip ties here for the low voltage security cable we use, your 4-core and 6-core. We'll come down here. My channel locks, Milwaukee channel locks. I haven't found a good spot for these in this bag. They're a pain to get in and out. Just picked these up the other day, actually. There we go. Let's see if we can get it in easier. We can. Shifter. It's a cheap one. This is a TTI, but I've had no issue. The action on it's super smooth. It holds its spacing there really well. Obviously only 6 months, but can't complain for $9. $9 Australian that was. Channel lock linesman's here. These have been really nice. I had the TTIs before I had these. It's night and day. That cutting edge there is really good and it stays sharp for a long time on these, I hear. So giving these a crack. They get used every day. Channel lock needle nose. Obviously all these tools are insulated. The ones that I'm going to be anywhere remotely close to anything live, insulated. It's got some locking pliers here. Cheapies again, but they've gotten me out of a pinch. Really good for holding sheet metal whilst using the angle grinder. $6 I think from Bunnings. Trojan. They like to open spontaneously. Little spirit level. This one has a crazy strong magnet. It's really good for putting up ducting on panels because you can actually use it as a clamp almost, because it will hold the ducting to the metal panel. No complaints with this. It's done really well so far. Wish it was a little bit bigger, you know, like a foot or something, 30 centimeters. This screwdriver, this 12-in-1 I think. I actually picked this up off the ground in New York in 2017. It was just in the middle of the street, literally sitting there. It had been driven over by a car. Bent down, picked it up. So this is one of my first screwdrivers I had in my collection. So it's a little bit rusty, obviously. I never use it, but a little bit sentimental. Why not? He goes there. I just recently picked up this Weha set. I was running the TTIs before that. Nothing wrong with them. I just prefer the grip on these. You get a lot more, you know, grab and grip to it. These are really nice. They've got the logo, whether they're flathead or Phillips on the top. Can't complain. And they've got that slimline focus, that slimline insulation, so you can get really close inside terminal blocks and things like that. Got your really small terminal block. Flatheads, you can never have enough screwdrivers, I figured out. I started off with just 3, and then appliances require certain sizes, PH2s, PH3s, PH1s. You really need them all. Got this ratcheting driver head. It's non-insulated, but it's good for putting together equipment. Got all your bits there. Honestly, I don't use those too much. Just use this bit that was given to me by my boss. I don't know what brand it is, but it's got those teeth on the head that are really good for grabbing onto self-tappers, getting them started. Over here I have, again, I just picked these up recently as well. Engineer brand, made in Japan. Really, really nice sideys. They're going to give you a super flush cut, and you really need that super sharp edge for stripping the really thin gauge wire that we deal with. Not insulated, but we don't run any power through these. This was a good find. These ones were going in the skip because the ratchet, sorry, not the ratchet, the rivet there had popped through, but easy enough fix with a cable tie. Works just fine. Saved myself $40 there on those conduit cutters. We'll keep those out. It's a little bit easier to get to everything else. Just some small scissors. Oh, we're not pulling those out. They're a pain. Some shears. I don't cut too much sheet metal, but there's shears in there. King chromes. We'll go go to this. This is really nice. A K-back crimper, super good for bootlaces, terminating into terminal blocks. It's got me out of a lot of sticky situations where the Linesman pliers would just be too bulky. Need to have that crimping action from all four corners. Obviously, just your cable strippers. Try not to use these too much. Try to use the pliers, but when you're doing a lot and a lot and a lot, they really help. Put all this stuff back and we'll move into the rear pocket. Oh, one last thing in this pocket, there is a, if you need to use, oh sorry, there's stuff in here too. We've got security bits, miscellaneous bolts and stuff, a gland, and some things to clean. It's just some random stuff. In this pocket, which is also quite deep, is this this strap, which is really helpful for, again, a bit difficult one-handed here, guys, for strapping to that eyelet, or that D-ring, sorry. Come on, guys. There we go. You've got like a work surface there that doesn't tip down. So really nice when you are using a lot of tools, you can put them there instead of on the floor. Alright, moving on to the back. So at the back of the bag, we have at the top some spray paint. That's what I use to identify my things from everyone else's. Got that. That's a really good way of lifting the weight up high on your shoulders. You can see what it does there by clipping into the top. Really good if you need to carry all your tools a long distance. Got this hook hanging on uni strut, anything, keep your bag off the floor, or if you're at a chest height working on a wall, you can hang this from the roof and it keeps your tools off the floor so you're not bending down as much. I also use it to tie off to my pack out rolling toolbox. Break into the back here, and it's a pretty simple setup. Just got my multimeter. I have my RJ45 crimps as networking area back here. So you've got your punch down tool, get your strippers, tester and receiver. Splashed out on these. My good friend Hamish told me to, and it was the best call I think I've made. I have not had any issues with these heavy duty cobalt bits. They are like a hot knife through butter when it comes to any sheet metal, and they have kept their edge really nice. Let's go. Oh, one hand, guys, one hand. The back here I have, of course, an incomplete set of Wearer Tool Check Pluses. Really nice kit, I like to think, except, oh fuck, that just came off it. And my one gripe with this is, look, there it is, the ratchet, it falls out of its receiving end there. So I don't know, for 125 bucks, guys, is this worth it? That's come off at one point because they're pretty easy to take off. Good or bad thing, let me know. Really good selection of hex bits there. Some security ones, you can never have too many. The clip at the back, I just keep that in there. Up top I've got some bits that I use more regularly that I don't need to have the whole box out for. They are the same brand. Your Sutton Heavy Duty. And I actually take the bit holders off all of my drills and impactors because I never use them and they just take up space in the foam pack outs. In this portion here I just keep some 9-volt batteries for the tester and two really deep zips here. This zip goes all the way down. It's just got some sandpaper in it. This zip I keep a notepad for, let's see what I've got in here. Just random plans and stuff, I think. Oh yeah, commissioning, testing, doing cable runs, taking measurements, shit like that. Pretty much covers the setup I run at the moment. This is just my hand tools. Obviously I have the back out for my larger tools that I need for fabrication and installation. But I cannot recommend this bag enough, guys. It's super comfy to wear. You get all this